gotta do first for these guys? Subtract 2. Are these two attached by addition? They're attached by multiplication. So what should we do?
We gotta divide that 2.
We gotta divide them by 2. Okay.
Then it'll be 4.
Log base 4 of a minus 5 equals 4. Okay. We've got to get to our variable, right?
Yeah.
But it's trapped inside the logarithm.
Right.
So how can we get it out of the logarithm?
Good question. You're going to have to divide that 4.
So this is log base 4 of a minus 5 equals 4. You can't distribute a log. Remember, a log is a function. So you're inputting this and you're outputting. You're inputting this guy and outputting this guy. We can't. That's trapped inside the log also. Very nice. You can convert it into an exponential. 4 to the 4th equals a minus 5. Very nice. That's exactly what you do. What is 4 to the 4th? 256?
Are you trying to get log by itself?
We're getting a by itself. First you get log by itself. That's why we divide by 2. And then we get a by itself. Alright, and then what do we do? Add the 5 over. So what does a equal? 261. Alright, how about number 2?
Oh, wait, which 4 became the,
That's why I got arrows with it. Yep. Alright. Number 2 is really, really similar. Really, really similar. But instead of getting the logarithm by itself, we have to get the one that has an exponent. So we've got to get this 6 to the 10n by itself. How would I do that? Divide by 4. So 6, come on. What is happening here? Whoa. Wow, computer going crazy. 6 to the 10n equals 16. You don't need the parentheses, no. If it was a negative number, it's more important. Keep the parentheses. You can keep them if you want to. It won't affect you. Yeah, so we're solving for n. So in this one, the n is trapped inside that exponent. Change it into a log. Change it into a logarithm. So this will be log base what? Which one is my base number? When you are working with exponentials, this is still called the base, and this is still called the exponent. That's why I wanted you guys to make sure that you knew how to say them correctly, because the base stays the same, and you flip-flop the other two. Okay, so log base 16 of, log base 6 of 16 equals, so that now n is saved. It's not trapped anymore. We're going to have to divide by 10. What the heck is log base 6 of 16? You can put it in your calculator. Do you know how to put it in your calculator? Alright, let's use the change of base formula. So we're going to turn this guy into 2 logarithms and divide them. And since 6 is your base number, 6 goes in the denominator. And it's going to give you some sort of disgusting fraction, most likely decimal, most likely. Most likely you're going to get a gross decimal. So log of 16, log button is on the left-hand side. Make sure that you close the parentheses. If you don't close that parentheses, you're going to get a totally different answer. 1.54. So this equals 10n, then what do you do? Now you can just divide by your 10.
big.
Yep. This is going from here to here is called the change of base formula. So when you have a logarithm, that's how you can put it into your calculator. Because your calculator button is just log, which means it's log base what? There's no number written there. 10. It's log base 10. Yep. Is that cool? Not too bad? Should we get the word problem? Alright. What? How long will it take a population of 12 species that doubles every hour to reach 3,072 species? What does that kind of remind you of? We've done problems like this. We did like recursive stuff with it. Yeah. Yeah. What's happening here? What's your initial value? It's a 12, right? That's my starting value. Well, we don't have to write this as a recursive. We can write this just as an exponential function. You remember these? It's the exact same. The word problems for this are the exact same. But you're probably going to have to convert it into a logarithm to solve it. So our initial value is 12. How much is it going up by every, whatever? It's doubling, so what number goes in for B? 2. Okay. What does X and Y stand for? What does X mean in this problem? Every hour, good. This is hours. And what is Y, or F of X? The number of species, yeah, the population of species. So, we want to know how long it will take. So what are we looking for? We want to know the hours, which means we don't already know the hours, right? So where does this 3,072 go then? Does that make sense? So if you know what you're looking for, it makes it a little bit easier to figure out where to substitute things in. So, can we solve this? Doesn't this just look like number 2? That's pretty similar to number 2.
You divide by 12.
Divide by 12, perfect. Go ahead and divide by 12. 3072 divided by 12, what do you get? 256? 256 equals 2 to the x. That x is stuck there in that exponent, so what do we need to do? Can't take the square root.
Make it a log.
Make it a log. To take a square root, it would have to be x to the second power. Let's flip-flop. So we got to turn this into a logarithm. Log base what?
2
of 256 equals x. So how do I put this into my calculator? Log of 56 divided by log of 2. And you should actually get a nice answer for this. Go ahead and type it in, see what you get. Yeah. Because this is a word problem, you of course will write your answer in a... Alright, give me a sentence. Give me a sentence. You can write it in Spanish, that's fine.
You want a sentence first?
Yep.
The population, the species of the population of the species to reach 300, or...
I'm going to try to write this in correct, grammatical sense. The population of species will be 3,072 in 8 hours. Beautiful. There you go. Cool? Groovy? We'll sneak this over here so it fits. Well, maybe not. Maybe we won't. Alright. Make that fit somewhere. There we go.